Hello everyone, this is James. Today we are still on campus and then I want to interview a very beautiful girl all the way from Asia, some country. I'll let her to introduce herself later. And then, however, the background, there may be some noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it. If you can hear it, I'm sorry about that. They're doing some renovating for our buildings back there. Hopefully it's not bothering you. Okay, so please introduce yourself.
So my name is Kain Min Jelson, and I'm from Myanmar. I'm currently in my second year at the University of Manitoba in Winnipeg.
So what is your major?
So I'm computer science, and I'm planning on having a biology minor as well.
Oh, biology minor.
Yeah.
Okay. So computer science sounds like very popular, huh? Everybody's
Yeah,
good computer science.
it is very popular. That's why I'm taking biology as my minor, so that I can be different, and it gives me more opportunity to compete with the others.
Okay, so why so popular computer science now?
Computer science is it's a different age than before. Everything is online, everything is technology. You can do everything online, and you can tell AI and machine learning to do your things as well. So we have more requirement for computer scientists, software engineers to make innovative software, and it's a field. Computer science is a field where you need everywhere. You need it in education, you need it in health sciences, you need it everywhere.
Yeah,
so that's
everywhere.
why it's so popular.
Yeah. So where are you from?
So I'm from Myanmar.
Myanmar.
Yeah.
What kind of country is that?
So Myanmar is a country between China, India, and Bangladesh. It's just between the main powerhouses of Asia.
Okay.
But it's not a very well-known country. But it's a country with mountains. It's a place with seas. It's a place with snow, and weather is up 40 degrees.
You have snow in Myanmar?
Yeah, there's snow in Myanmar up north. There's snow. Yeah. It's
I
very
thought Myanmar
cold.
is pretty south.
It's south, but at the top, our mountain ranges connects to the Tibet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the main industry in Myanmar?
Main industry, I would say, is agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah. We produce a lot of rice.
Do you like the country?
I love my country. It's a very beautiful place, but right now it's not in its best shape, and there's a lot of political turmoil and things happening.
Is that why you run out?
Yeah, the first reason I came here was because of COVID. Because of COVID, schools were closed, and I couldn't do the traditional curriculum, so I changed to the IGCSEs, which is the curriculum from the UK, and I did that. And while I was doing that, 6 months in, and the political situation happened in 2021, February 1st, so that made me work harder to leave the country because of the political situation. People don't go to school anymore as a protest to the government.
Oh, people are doing protests on the street.
Yeah, a lot of protests on the street. Like at the start for like a year, but violent crackdowns started happening. The military started using guns.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah,
it's getting serious.
Yeah, it's getting very serious. So and then students, people my age, people younger than me, they're protesting and they get killed on the streets, and I didn't want to support that kind of government, so I quit school as well, and I started doing other online school, and then I came here to I guess to run away from all that.
Oh my goodness, I heard about the Bangladesh problem right now, but I didn't know Myanmar was that serious, huh?
Yeah, it was very serious when it started. Now it's more like armed rebellion now, because we protested peacefully, but the government, the unlawful government, that the government took over power forcibly from the democratically elected government. So we want to oppose that, and we protested peacefully, but they started having violent crackdowns, so we have to start getting armed ourselves as well. So now it's more like an armed rebellion.
Yeah, your parents still there?
Yeah, my parents are still there.
Are they okay?
They're okay for now. They live in the big city where it's not that serious. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not everywhere. It's just some major.
Yes, it's everywhere in a sense, but it's less frequent. Like shootings and bombings happen less often in big cities, but in rural areas, everyone has to run away. The military burned down whole villages and whole cities, and they bomb with planes on civilians that are innocent. They're not doing anything. Like, what can you do against a military with planes and guns and things
in war,
like that?
always civilians just got harmed the most.
Yeah.
So is it legal to have guns in your country?
It's not illegal. It's not legal. It's very legal.
So only the military, they have the guns.
Yeah, only military have guns.
That's bad.
Yeah.
We hope the world is peace. Sorry to bring that up. Sorry. Let's come back to the international student life here. So how long have you been here? 2 years?
Nearly 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December.
Okay, so Remember the day one you arrived?
Yeah, I do remember day one. It was not great.
Not great?
Nah.
What happened?
So when I first got here, the people from my country are called Burmese people, and there are not many Burmese people then. So when I arrived, I booked a service from school to pick me up from the airport. It was in winter, very cold. It was negative 27, and I come from a country like plus 40.
Yeah.
It was a very big change. And so when I got there, the taxi driver, the cab, I think, he picked me up. He was talking to me on the way. I was excited, but when I got to school, everything was white and there was snow everywhere. I didn't know what to do, and I was living in the dorm. So I walked to my dorm and there was nothing. I didn't have pillow, I didn't have bed sheets, I didn't have blankets. So I had to go to the dorm office. I didn't know where that was, and everything is snow and white and cold. So I didn't know how to get there. I couldn't walk in the snow, but I managed to get there somehow. And then I grabbed the pillows and I grabbed the sheets, and I had to put it on my shoulder and lug that big plastic bag all the way from the office back to my dorm in the snow alone. And I lost a glove. I lost one of my gloves, so with bare hands, and it was very tough. And for like 2 days when I arrived, I didn't know what to eat. And I didn't really have food apart from snacks, so I was living off of snacks for like 2 days. And then I knew that the
Which dorm? On campus?
The UCR, the University College, is very far from everything. It's not Pembina. If it's Pembina Hall,
it's there. Yeah,
Pembina Hall it's very close to the food court, so
they have their own canteen.
They have their own canteen, and dorm people who live in dorms, they get a card at the meal plan, so they can swipe with that. I already got my student card, but I didn't know that was there, and it wasn't open. I arrived earlier than a lot of people. So no one was on campus, and it was very lonely. I didn't see anyone, and it was cold. I didn't eat anything, and
so that was what, the end of December?
That was in January.
Okay. So the winter term.
Yeah, winter term.
You arrived. That's a tough time.
Yeah.
So we should tell people that if you come, maybe avoid come in the winter term.
Yeah, like unless you have friends who can pick you up and take care of you, just try to avoid the winter semester when you come to Winnipeg.
And then with those pillow sheets, that is a cultural shock, because in Canada, even though you rent a place, most of the place you rent,
no furniture.
No furniture, no bed, nothing.
Yeah.
You have to buy everything from scratch. Yeah. So okay, I didn't know this story. So it's nice to do this.
Yeah.
I'll get to know a little bit more. So Kai is a very nice student. She is, again, my student leader manager. She's in charge of cultural ambassador. She did a lot of volunteering job. So that's the first challenge you arrived. After that, did things get better?
Yeah, things got way better in my first term. Like after like a week, I arrived earlier, so there wasn't anyone, but like after 3-4 days, people started arriving, and there was the dorm orientation, which is like the residence orientation, separate from ICM orientation. So I went there and I met people who lived in the same dorm, and I made friends, and things got a whole lot better. So I think also I would advise people who come here, make friends, like anyone, just make friends. People you see, just say hi. And that's how I met another Burmese people. I didn't know she was Burmese, and she was in the kitchen. Hey, I was just asking her general, hey, where are you from? And Burmese. We were talking in English. We weren't talking in our mother tongue, and it was a shock. It was like a nice story. Just talk to everyone,
Did you hug
make
her?
friends. I didn't hug her. I was like, I'm so glad to see you right now. I was missing home.
So is she similar age like you?
She's just a year older than me.
Okay. Are you guys still friends?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we live together.
Okay, so good friends. That's cool. So other than your first day, the environment, that's the Canadian nature give you the challenge.
Yeah.
So in school, everything okay?
In school, academic first semester, it was tough because firstly, you learn everything in English. Back home, you learn things in your native language, but here, everything is English. I was a bit used to it because of the IGCSE curriculum, but still, learning everything in English, and you can't even ask questions in your own language, and sometimes the words, there's no translation for things, and you can't really ask your question, and you don't understand what the teacher's saying. The language is a big problem, and sometimes the teacher's language is a problem. Sometimes they have accents, and the teachers
teacher has accent there.
The teachers have some have strong accents, so even if you have a high English skill, you may not understand them. So that was a challenge. And then one of the biggest shocks for the academic system is that back home, the final, your grade depend on the final 100%.
Okay, only the final. Only final matters.
Yeah, only the final matters. It doesn't matter if you like failed all the tests before. If you get 100% on the final, you're getting a 100% as your final grade.
Yeah.
Here it's
different.
not
It's
like
through
that.
the whole term. Yeah.
Even if you get 100% on the final, you may not get an A+.
Yeah, you may not even pass.
Yeah, you may not even pass. Exactly. So sometimes it's not even a final. Just do assignments, just study, group work. It's such a different style, and for me it's much easier than the final because of the final there's so much more stress, and now it's a bit more chill.
Okay. So the system will be very different. So you have to like remind yourself every day.
Yes.
You are in the process.
Yes.
It's not only about the final.
Yes.
So are you used to that now?
Yeah, I'm very used to that now. I try to complete all my deadlines, even the small ones. I just study, but I cram a lot before the final, so still not a good habit.
Okay.
But also another thing is memorization versus learning.
Yeah.
Back home, Asia, a lot of countries like that, I believe, memorization is key.
It's a big part,
if you memorize the whole book, you can get 100%. But here, even if you memorize the whole book, you might not get the grade you want if you don't learn. You need to understand the concepts, and I didn't struggle with it too much because that's the way I like learning. But people who are accustomed to the memorization method will have a lot of challenges when you get here and do the academic Canadian life.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Do you think that makes more sense?
I think it makes more sense to learn, not memorize.
Yes. I agree with that. I remember when I was working in high school system.
Yeah.
Like Chinese kids, Asian kids, they're so good at that. They can memorize a lot of English words.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But their English speaking is still zero.
Yeah.
They can't open when they read, they understand everything. When they speak, they can't. And then there are a lot of content behind the thing you see. You have to understand it to really to make it a part of you, right?
Exactly.
Otherwise, you memorize that today, 2 days later after the exam, you forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So, why Canada?
Why Canada?
You said you studied the UK system.
Yeah, I studied the UK system. So I was looking for a lot of options. I applied to schools from Australia. I have acceptance letters and scholarships from the UK, Australia, Thailand, the US as well. I was gonna go to US at first, so then I have the acceptance letter. I was doing the visa, but at that time, the visas for Burmese people, the embassy in Myanmar was closed. They weren't doing any appointments because it was full. A lot of people want to get out of the country at that time. The political situation was getting worse and worse, and it was everyone's priority to get out of the country. So by the time that I was doing my visa, the appointments were closed, so I couldn't do that.
Just for you, the US visa?
The US visa, And at the same time, I got scholarship offers and acceptance letter from Australia. At that time, the Australian embassy was also closed. They weren't giving out visas, but it wasn't specifically for Myanmar. It was closed for everyone. They weren't accepting many student visas then. And then I was thinking about UK. But UK is way too expensive for my parents' budget. And then I was thinking of Thailand, like a close country. I can go there. But Thailand requires a different kind of education and not the UK system. And then I was thinking about China, but China, I need to learn Chinese. I can't really go
to China. I never knew this. Why you think of China?
I don't know. I was thinking of China, but like I haven't applied to any schools. Like in Thailand, I have relatives there, so I was maybe thinking about that. But online, everyone's like, get out of the country, go any country, like India, China, wherever. So I was looking at China, but the English. English is not very prominent there, so if I go there, it's 100% sure I need to learn Chinese, but I don't know Chinese, so I couldn't go there. And then Canada.
Canada is the
last option.
No choice.
Basically, Canada's visa is very hard, so that's why it was the last choice.
Oh yes, Canadian visa
is very hard, and basically.
I'll tell you this true story about myself. When I was dating my wife, when we were back home, like 15, 17 whatever years ago. I was trying to visit her in Canada. My tourism visa, visitor visa, I got 5 times refused.
Oh my God.
5 times.
That's a lot.
I know.
I was scared of that for Canada. And US, if you get rejected, you can apply again. Canada, you
also can apply, but they encourage you, if your status doesn't change, don't apply again.
Exactly,
Yeah, wow. Canadian visa is one of the hardest in the world.
That was why it was my last option. But luckily, I got my visa like 4 weeks after applying, and then I came here like very early.
Okay. So, what's the time when you get onto the plane? Departure. How did you feel at the time?
To be honest,
cry?
I wouldn't say no. I didn't really cry because the life in Myanmar back then was very suffocating. You can't go out at night. You can barely go out in the evening, and my parents were very worried about me. So I would say that
Because you're a girl, or just because you're a kid?
mostly people my age generally, because
Okay.
people my age are the ones with the most passion for the revolution, for the rebellion. So even if you do nothing, you walk on the street like with a backpack, they will grab you, they will search your pack for like explosives or like things. And one thing is that there's no privacy or anything at that time in Myanmar. So on the street, they'll like give me your phone, and if they go through your social media and see posts about the revolution, they will take you away.
Wow, sounds like a Chinese government learned from your government.
Yes. No, I think it's the opposite way actually.
You think it's the opposite way?
Yeah, definitely.
But China just had the new rule like in July this year. But you guys were doing that 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, fair
Anyway, so I don't know which to learn which, but
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
horrible, huh?
Yeah, it was very horrible.
When I was back to China this summer, I was so worried about that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't bring my phone. I just asked my friend to borrow me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you choose Canada or your parents find it for you?
So we were choosing together. They wanted me to choose somewhere that I would like to go. US is good, but the thing is there's already a lot of Burmese people people there, and I heard stories like people are so competitive.
Yeah.
The people from the same country like fight a lot for these positions, and so US was a choice, but it's also at that time there were a lot of news about the shootings, US gun laws, and then it was terrible. The news about US weren't great. Canada, there's basically no news. There's no bad news, which is the good thing. No news is good news.
Yeah.
So Canada, like a more peaceful choice. So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Compared to the US, Canada
Compared to the
is-
US, it's a much more peaceful place.
Yeah.
So I came here.
So, are you the only child?
I'm an only child. Yeah.
It must be hard for your parents.
Yeah, it is. They have to let go of their only child, go abroad for a long time, right?
And then did you keep in touch with them every day?
Not every day, but I try to call them like 3-4 times a week.
Okay. Are they okay now?
Yeah, they're okay now. Yeah.
I mean, are they okay with you not being around?
Yeah, I guess they have to do it. Even if they want me to come back, they know that my life would be better here.
Okay.
Like academically, my life in the future will be better. And going back right now, it's basically almost a death sentence because there's a new rule in Myanmar as well, like the conscription. People from the age of 18 to 23 will have to go into the military service.
Okay, no offense. A country like that,
Yeah.
do you even think of, or do you really want to go back?
So the thing is, before this happened, there's a Democratic Party that took over the country in charge for 5 years. In those 5 years, the country changed so much. The buses got better, the education got better, the health system got better. It was so free, democratic, and you can say whatever you want. You can live freely on the streets. You can go out for the whole night. The nightlife was amazing in Yangon, the city I was living in. It was so free. You don't have to be scared of anyone. And even here, sometimes you have to be scared of like homeless people. In Myanmar, there wasn't such thing like that.
Oh, wow.
There was the drugs and like marijuana, everything is banned there. Even cigarettes are, of course, really prominent, but except for that, there's no drugs, things like that. It was a very safe country. I would even compare it to Canada. Like Canada, there's no like, I wouldn't say there's like thieves. It's a very safe country in that regard. Myanmar might not be safe in that regard. There might be stealings, but your life
You feel
was
secure.
yeah, you feel secure in your own home, and it's a very pretty place. It was an amazing place for those 5 years. It was amazing, and then the same party got elected again, but the military party was like they won by a landslide, like 79% voters, and they're like, this must be a joke. You're joking. You must be a fraud. There must be something wrong. So they didn't like it, and so they took over the power. Like, you must be lying. We're gonna take power now.
How? They just take
Yeah.
it?
Thing is, those 5 years were democratic, right? But before those 5 years, in the previous years,
It's
like
always the military?
not always. Like before that 5 years, so in Myanmar, the president and the party gets re-elected every 5 years. So that was like one era. Before that, it was a military party, but he was not so bad.
Okay.
They were trying to start doing the democratic way.
Okay.
So yeah.
They're trying to change the system.
They're trying to change, but before that, military party was ruling.
Okay.
So when they were ruling, they wrote a rule in the law book, like military can take power anytime they want.
Really?
They wrote it in the book.
In the constitution?
Exactly. That's
my
so bad. That makes no sense. And there's a rule like 40 or 60% of the how do you say like the ruling the party. There's like the Congress, there's like 60% must be military.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
they wrote in that rule, and in that rule book, like if 65% votes for it, they can take over power.
So those rules still apply right now?
Right now, it's lawless, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Of course.
They took over, so it's basically lawless. They wrote those rules in, so that, and then the Democratic Party couldn't even change it. They were trying to change it. The ratio to military to like civilian power in the Congress was getting lower. It's like 40 to 60 now, but then they took power and everything was reset to zero. The country was doing so nice. There was so much growth. The GDP was going up. Everything was great, and then this happened.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very nice country. I still love my country, and I think that when all of this is over, the country will see so much growth, and it would be such a booming country.
So you still want to go back if the system, the party is not as crazy as right now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, we talk about a lot of your country. We need to come back to Canada.
Yes, Canada.
So you've been here for 2 years. Academically, you said you get used to it slowly. And now you are in computer science.
Yeah.
So in the past 2 years studying in Canada, what was the biggest challenge, except those, like you said, the final will be 100%, except the language? Did you feel the teacher is different? The way they educated people is different? Do you feel any other challenge?
So the teacher's way of educating is different, but it's different in a good way, and it's easier to learn. Me personally, different people learn differently, but for me, it was really nice. Other challenges in the classroom might be making friends, because ICM is an international college. People from the same country tend to group together, and like when I introduce myself to people, they don't even know where Myanmar is. They can't be Burmese, so it was hard. So you have to make friends that are like you. Some people click together. They might be nice people, but sometimes you don't click together.
Exactly.
So you can't force friendships, but you'll find your people from different countries. So you don't have to force friendship. Basically,
that. Don't learn from them. You don't have to stuck with your Myanmar people.
Yeah, that's why I have a lot of international friends. There's not very many Myanmar people anyway, so you make a lot of international friends. And then international friends, you learn about their culture, you learn about their way of thinking, and you grow as a person by doing these things.
Okay, tell me two things, one good, one bad. So you said the winter was a big shock for you in the beginning. So except that, what else? Give me one more thing that...
Canada shock.
Yeah, shock you. Like you hate it, you don't like it.
You don't like it.
Is there anything except the winter?
I don't like it. Probably there's no high rises. It was so bad. There's no high rises, so there's no tall buildings. Everything is so far apart.
This is because of this city.
Specifically this city. I lived in Vancouver for a month before coming here. So it was like there's trains every 2 minutes. It's so easy. The public transport was so nice, and then you can pay from your phone into your card immediately. In Winnipeg, you can't. You have to go to somewhere. Because if you pay online, apparently it's very unstable network, so you might lose your money. So you have to go somewhere to pay for your transit, and the buses are like every 30 minutes. In the middle of winter, everything is so far. Because the area is so big, everything is so spread out. There's no big towers, big tall buildings. So even the malls, at most I've seen is 2 stories on a mall. It's very spread apart. I really hated that.
I agree with you. Not only us, we are newcomers, we think this way, but even the local Canadians, a lot of them, they think Winnipeg is just too
spread out.
Spread out, too big.
Too big.
And the city is getting bigger size, which means our citizens will have to pay more tax. We have to maintain the roads, snow removal. It's just I agree. I've been to Halifax, other cities. They're more dense. Density is higher. I think it's more convenient for people. Right?
Exactly.
Okay. So how about good things?
Good things. Good thing is it's very safe. I currently rent like a basement. It's like a half basement. And I live there with my 2 other friends and 2 other people from other countries. And it's so safe. Sometimes we leave the door open. The door is open. The gate is open. And Oh, the thing is, there's no fences.
Yeah.
It's so surprising when I got here. In back home, there were like tall fences with
Yeah.
wire on top. Now there's like no fences, lawn. Anyone can walk on it.
Yeah.
And then the gates, there's no locks.
Yeah.
You can open it, and sometimes even the main door is not locked, and you can open it.
Yeah.
It was scary. And also, sometimes when you rent, you have to check. Doors don't have locks. My friend's room doesn't have a lock, and my other friend's room doesn't also have a lock. Sometimes they have locks, but apparently it's fire code, and doors don't have locks.
Yeah,
You can't. You can lock it from the inside, but from the outside you can't lock it.
Yeah, in this way it is. Canada is pretty safe in this way.
Yeah.
2017, I brought seven Canadian, my friends, back to China with me.
Yeah.
So after the trip, I asked them, what's the biggest image you have now for China?
Yeah.
They said, okay, I think China has a lot of walls.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the high fence, they have like
yeah.
wires on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I realized it is like all the community, they're all like walls, right?
Yeah.
And then school has a wall, has a gate. Everywhere, like
Yeah.
hospital has a wall, has a gate. You know,
Yeah.
security always at there. And then at the same time, there's so many cameras there.
Yeah.
You know?
So many cameras. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why you have all those safest system to protect people, but you still have so many walls. Like I agree, Canada has
No
no
walls.
fence, no walls. People are just so free, right?
Yeah. Exactly. The school doesn't have a wall.
Exactly. People can just come in.
Yeah.
This summer, I went back to China. I want to visit my school.
Yeah.
I couldn't get in because they have to scan your face.
Yeah.
If your face is not in the system,
You can't.
you can't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I said, it's my school. It's a heaven for knowledge.
Yeah.
Why don't you let people to see the heaven of knowledge?
Exactly.
Right?
Everything is so
Yeah.
gate kept.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else about Canada you want to say? Good thing.
Good thing. I guess the people are very nice. The
Oh, yeah?
Canadian people are very nice. They're very chill. They're so helpful. And in Myanmar, people ignore each other most of the time, even if something's happening. There's no banter on the street. If it's a stranger, you ignore them. You don't talk
Yeah,
to strangers.
yeah.
Here, sometimes in the supermarkets, you might talk to a stranger, hey, I like your shirt. I like, oh, what is this snack? Where is that from?
Yeah.
Yesterday, like two girls came up and asked. I was holding a box of croissants, and they were like, hey, where is this from? Is it from Walmart? No, I'm like from Superstore. It's like, nice.
By the way, Kai really likes croissant.
I like croissants.
Every time we have an event, she always told me, hey James, buy croissant. Yeah.
I bought
okay,
it
I'll buy
yesterday.
croissant for next Monday for you, just for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yes, I agree. Canada is very friendly,
Yeah,
and
very
especially
friendly.
Manitoba, because we are very community based, right? So if you have some advice given to the future coming student or newcomers,
Yeah.
what would you suggest them?
One thing is be very prepared and be punctual for everything.
Punctual, yeah.
Yeah, punctual. Like you're gonna be coming here on a plane. If you miss that plane, you're not even gonna be
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Be punctual for that. And also another thing is like for classes, if you're coming here for an academic purpose, for even work purpose, like Canadians, they are very, I would say, punctual, and they take timings very seriously.
Yeah.
So for classes, for deadlines, it's
Yeah.
11:59 at night. If you're 1 second over that timing, you're not going to get your assignment in. You have an interview at 11 a.m. If you're there at 11:05, they might not wait for you, and it's
Yeah.
your fault. That's
Yeah.
not their fault.
If you're late
They
for
don't-
interview, you're done. Yeah.
It's not their responsibility to wait for you. Even
Yeah.
if they allow you to take that interview, you're not getting that job anyways because
Yeah.
you were late.
Yes.
It doesn't matter your reasons, just be prepared for everything. Some people are like, oh, I had this emergency, but you have to prepare for emergency. That's your job. So
Yeah.
that's
That's-
the biggest advice.
That's very good. Yeah.
Being punctual will help you in every area of life. Work, school, even love life. If you're late by like every time to meet your boyfriend or girlfriend, you're gonna break up.
Were you late for your date?
I was not.
Oh, you was not.
I was not.
Was he late?
He has not been late yet. He hasn't been late yet.
Yeah.
We will see if he gets late
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, very lucky for Kai. She's been here for 2 years, and then she found her love here. Yeah. Okay, so keep moving on.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like you said, be punctual, be
Yep.
prepared? Do you have any advice for students in school, in
Students.
studying,
Studying.
what they should do, what they should prepare? Like in China, people usually study at home first.
Yes.
When you go to class, you can be prepared. Is the same in Canada?
For some subjects, yes, you should be. But mostly, for me, I'm a person that likes logic, not memorization. So for memorization, yes, you definitely should read before class, go to class, learn the thing, and then memorize again later. But I'm a computer science student. For computer science, you don't really need to do that. Even if you read by yourself, you're not understanding anything.
Okay.
Just go to class. Pay attention in class. Sometimes it's even if the concepts are interesting, you don't have enough energy to class. You want sleepy. So one advice is like just write everything down. Even if the notes are there on the slides, just take notes. It'll help you to stay focused.
Yeah.
Do that, and then you don't really need to do pre-readings. I don't do pre-readings personally. Just go to class. Oh, biggest advice: go to class. Even if you just sleep in class, go to class.
Yeah.
Just it's a passive learning.
Yeah.
There was this class, it was an English-based class of 4 hours straight of literature. You're just learning about these different cultures. It was cultural anthropology.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in like the second row, and like after like an hour, I would just get sleepy, and my head would be on the table, but my brain was still absorbing the material. So it made it easier to study later on rather than not going to class at all. Then everything will be new because you've heard this. Oh, like I've heard this somewhere before. The teacher was talking about this. Even if you don't understand, you're still gonna have something. So go to class. Just go.
Are you teaching students that you can sleep in the class?
Don't sleep in the class, but just saying, even if you want to, don't sleep at home. Sleep in the class.
Okay, so you were mentioned that in your computer science class, you were the awning girl.
Yeah. That was
What do you think about the Canadian woman rights?
Canadian women rights. I guess Canadian women have a lot more rights in, I guess, Asian countries.
Yes.
But sometimes, I guess, some people also abuse those rights. I can see Canadian government is all about human rights, human rights this, human rights that. Sometimes I think they're too soft on people. Sometimes they should be harder.
Tolerance is higher.
Tolerance is higher, and sometimes I don't think that's good because people take advantage of the government as well. Services, oh hey, I'm a minority, I should have these rights. But sometimes they shouldn't have those rights either. I think a lot of things should be done by case basis, but the government doesn't have the workforce to implement that anyway. So I guess this is a system that can need some improvement.
I agree with that. Case by case is very important in Canada.
Yeah.
Because the government is soft because they want more votes. They don't want to make anyone to be angry with them.
Exactly.
So, but I love Singapore. I don't know if you heard about this country. Singapore is very tough with their law.
Yeah.
So I wish Singapore and Canada can have a balance, you know?
I've been to Singapore twice, and they have like a very strict rule about gum, right? $500 if you chew gum on the public transport.
Not really. You can chew it. You cannot spit it. Anywhere.
You can't spit it.
Yeah, as you are tourism there. If you chew on gum, they may warning you, be careful with it, but they won't really directly give you.
Like no chewing on the public transport either.
There are a lot of rules, exactly.
A lot of rules
but they also have some human feelings behind the laws. They are not that cruel, okay?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
It was a nice
I'm
country.
gonna visit Singapore in a couple of months.
Nice.
Okay, so at the end, we can give you a chance to talk to your family, your friends back home. If you have anyone you want to say,
so
you can say speaking your own language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi. မြန်မာနိုင်ငံလူကြီးနေသူရှိလို့ရှင်ကနေဒါလာခဲ့ပါလို့ကနေဒါဝန်ကြီးဘက်မှာအရန်ကောင်းပါတယ်အိမ်လာကအကြောင်းလာကလည်းတော်တော်တခြားနိုင်ငံတွေထက်ဆိုင်ဆိုတော့ဝန်ကြီးဘက်ကိုလာခဲ့ကြပါလို့
Inaga chakita parikinavaleka. What did you say?
I was like, come to Winnipeg because it's a nice place. Even if you go to Canada, like come to Winnipeg specifically because I'm here.
Exactly. Kai needs more friends here. She always, every term she asks, hey James, how many Myanmar students we have now? Yeah, we're getting more and more, I think. Yeah, I think we got more from Myanmar, Nepal even. You know, we're seeing more students from that area. Yeah. Did you say anything to your father and mother?
Father and mother?
Tell them don't worry about you. Yeah.
အဖေနဲ့မင်းနဲ့ဟိုဗီဒီယိုကြည့်လို့ရှိရင်လည်းစိတ်မပူပါနဲ့လို့ဒီမှာအဆင်ပြေရဲ့လို့ဟိုဒီတိုင်းတစ်ခါလေးဖုန်းမဆက်မိရရှိလို့ရှိရင်လည်းဒီတိုင်းဘာမှမဖြစ်ဘူးလို့ဒီတိုင်းတစ်ခါလေးမအားလို့ဖုန်းမဆက်မိရလို့အားပြော
Yeah, Papa, Mama, don't worry.
Yes.
I'm James. I'm gonna take care of her for you guys. Don't worry. Canada is a nice place for people to stay. Yeah. Okay. So I thank you for your time for this. I think I will talk to you again later before you graduate from university because
before I graduate.
Today we spent a lot of time talking about the politics.
Too much politics.
It's okay. After you graduate, after you do you work right now?
I'm not working right
Yeah. Once you have a job, I think I would like to ask you more about how
Yeah.
do you feel about working in Canada,
yeah.
those things, okay? Okay, thank you for watching. You want to say bye to everyone?
now. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye.